Hey everyone, Robert here, a Generac factory trained technician with over 20 years under my belt. Have you ever walked out to your generator to find it's just dead? Or maybe you've seen that dreaded fault code 1505 staring back at you. Well, today we're going to demystify that code, and I'll show you the most common causes, a few checks you can do yourself, and how some strategic upgrades can significantly reduce the chance of headaches down the road. Let's get to it. Fault code 1505. It sounds complicated, but it's basically your generator's way of saying it's not getting a proper RPM signal. Without that signal, the generator doesn't know how fast the engine is turning, so it shuts down to protect itself. Here's the kicker. Most of the time, the problem isn't the RPM sensor itself, it's something much simpler. A weak battery, loose connections, or corrosion. Think of your battery like a light bulb. It works until it doesn't. These small, manageable issues are often the real culprits behind that 1505 code, and the good news is they're easy to check. Today, we'll focus on these common problems and how you can address them. The Generac manual starts with checking the fuses, test number 44, and this is where we'll begin. It's not just a formality, it's an essential safety step to ensure the controller isn't live while you're working. There are two fuses to inspect. The first is a 7.5 amp fuse on the controller itself, and it's located under a small rubber flap. Check for breaks and replace it if needed. Now the next is a T1 fuse inside of the transfer switch. Now, before touching this, turn off utility power to the transfer switch. Safety first on this one. This fuse is live with 120 volts AC, so handle it with caution. Now, a pro tip is you can also disconnect the J10 connector on the Evolution controller. This clear plug usually has a blue and a white wire and disconnects the 120 volt battery charger circuit itself from the controller. Now, just remember to reconnect it afterwards or the internal battery charger will not function and your battery will eventually go dead. If both fuses check out, it's time to move on to the battery. Now, just because the battery shows 12.2 volts or more, it doesn't mean it's in great shape. Voltage is only a part of the story. To get the full picture, you'll need a professional battery tester that measures cold cranking amps, internal resistance, and overall health. Generac recommends a battery with at least 525 cold cranking amps. Next, let's talk about connections. Corrosion on your battery terminals is like plaque in your arteries. It restricts flow and the results aren't good. Clean those terminals thoroughly, use anti-corrosive pads, and apply dielectric grease to keep everything in top shape. It's like spring cleaning for your generator's electrical system. Good connections are essential for reliable performance. Here's something often overlooked: the quality of your battery terminals and cables. Many generators come with basic lead alloy terminals that are prone to corrosion and poor conductivity. And that's why we offer upgrades to high conductivity Chromium copper C18200 terminals. These provide better electrical flow, superior strength, and resistance to corrosion. We also use heat shrink insulation and dielectric grease for extra protection. This upgrade not only boosts performance, but it can also extend the life of your battery and cables, saving you money in the long term and potentially saving you time and aggravation for future service calls. Speaking of batteries, your typical generator battery is a sealed lead acid type and it gets the job done. But if you're serious about performance, upgrading to an AGM or absorbed glass mat battery is worth considering. AGM batteries are spill-proof, vibration resistant, and have a longer lifespan, especially in tough environments like a generator. We've also got cutting-edge battery technology coming very soon, so make sure to check back for future videos on this topic. Now, what if your battery and connections are good, but you're still seeing that 1505 code? This is where things get a bit trickier. The issue could be with the starter motor, wiring, or even a control board, and diagnosing these requires specialized tools and expertise. This is where our factory-trained technicians come in. While checking your battery yourself is a great start, upgrades like high-quality terminals and cables and diagnosing deeper electrical issues are best left to the pros. Our team can handle everything during a routine maintenance visit, making it more cost-effective than a separate service call down the road. These preventative upgrades reduce the risk of future problems and give you a peace of mind. If you're dealing with fault code 1505 or your generator's just due for basic maintenance, visit our website to schedule an appointment. I'll put the link in the description below. And thank you. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future topics, let me know in the comments. We are here to keep you powered no matter what. I'll see you in the next video.